I think Shefty broke the news that Edelman will be out for an extended period of time, but it won't be for the entire season. Then more information came out. Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman underwent a precautionary standard knee procedure. Okay, precautionary standard knee procedure this morning in the middle of the season, a precautionary standard knee procedure per source. It is expected to sideline Edelman for some period of time, including Sunday's game against the Buffalo Bills. Okay, so Bills Mafia, shout out to them. The New England Patriots don't have a lot of weapons. They just lost their most notable one in wide receiver Julian Edelman, which will one day be a part of a conversation about whether or not he's a Hall of Famer. I will stand firm on the side that he is, strictly because of his punt return ability as well as how good he's been as a wide receiver, but that's for other people to debate, not me. A precautionary standard knee procedure, maybe that's a scope where they just kind of cleaned it up, but you would never do a precautionary standard knee procedure if something didn't happen, or if you were still trying to go for it and win this season. They would be trying to do everything they can to help him play. This almost feels like with the Stephon Gilmore trade talks heating up, Julian Edelman now doing a precautionary knee surgery in the middle of a season, it feels like Bill Belichick's maybe playing a little bit of a longer game here at the particular time.
Some chestnut checkers. I mean, I think he'd be awesome with the Packers. Me and Ty were talking about this. You ship Edelman up there. I mean, he'd be wonderful. This whole knee thing, though, why wait so long in the week? Like, it's Thursday. Well, why not right after the game on, like, a Monday, send him into surgery, get that?
I don't know. And the Patriots were a big, like, hockey team, right? They always go, like, lower body injury.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big thing in hockey. Like, lower body injury, upper body injury. Okay, you got a little bit of a maybe upper right half of the body thing. Like, that is a hockey thing, and Patriots have always done that. But Tom Brady was on the injury report for, like, 10 years straight or something like that, and nobody ever knew what was real and what wasn't. The way they've worded this is very, very interesting. I would think that something potentially popped up in practice and they came to the decision, let's just go ahead and take care of it now and let's worry about everything else down the road. But the standard precautionary knee procedure is very interesting. What do you think it is, AJ? You and I have both had plenty of knee procedures. What do you think is a standard precautionary knee procedure that you would do in the middle of a football season?
Precautionary, that word right there is what I don't understand, like how a precautionary knee surgery would be. The only thing that I could think of, obviously a scope would be the only knee surgery where he could come back this season. And I think you're not getting your ACL repaired and coming back this season. So maybe they cleaned out some cartilage, or could they be talking? Did they just drain his knee? Did it swell up real bad? You know, guys get it drained and he's got to sit down for a few weeks.
Maybe it is a drain, which would be a procedure. But I don't know if there's any surgery that's precautionary, because aren't you doing?
Did they say surgery or procedure?
They said procedure. You're right. You're 100% right. They said the procedure. But aren't you trying to do everything precautionary before you have to get to a procedure? Like, once you get to the procedure, aren't we at the cautionary point? Because the precautionary would be before the procedure happens. Yeah. This feels like this is a very interesting wording here from Bill Belichick. I'll be excited to hear what the hell it is, but I've never seen anything worded like this, especially going into, Week 8. Ian Rappaport tweets, Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman recently had surgery on his knee that had been bothering him all season, source said, explains his absence today. Okay, so Shefty's source is saying this is a precautionary standard procedure. Rappaport, welcome back. Shout out to Manscaped. Trim the bushes, the tree will stand taller. He says that it's a surgery on something that's been bothering him all season. This has to be some sort of meniscus thing, a nagging injury that they just went in and cleaned up. And maybe the precautionary was, instead of completely fixing it, they just cleaned up an edge of the meniscus, which could have been cutting into something. That's what it feels like. I'm not 100% sure.
Is there any chance that he can get traded now? Like, if on Monday, he's good to go for Week 9 next Sunday, is there any chance that a team will take a risk on this, or because of this is he locked in on the pass?
Who said he's good to go for Week 9, though? The Patriots have to say that he's good to go for Week 9. I think if you get traded, you have to pass, 6 tests or something whenever you get there? So I don't know. It feels like this is a bad time to have a precautionary knee procedure if they're looking to get traded or be traded. Spot Track says the Patriots can clear $4 million off of their 2021 books by moving on from wide receiver Julian Edelman after this season. He would only be $2.6 million of dead cap. Very interesting, because Julian Edelman sees all his best friends down in Tampa, where all the old whites go to retire, having the time of their life, and he's up there in miserable New England. Now he's getting knee procedures and knee surgeries in the middle of the season. I wonder what it is. I hope he can bounce back. I love watching Julian Edelman play football.
Could it potentially be a situation where it helps that with the COVID testing, because he's traded, he has to sit out next week anyways because he has to pass all the tests. So he's going to have to sit out anyways to recover from the knee for a week.
And he's only, $4 million next year? Is that what that is? They would save themselves $4 million. So that means he's probably getting paid $4 million. If you're getting Julian Edelman, even if he's number 2 or number 3 on your team, $4 million is a price I think if Julian Edelman still has football left, you'd be willing to take, maybe roll the dice. I don't know if they're trying to trade Julian Edelman or not, but I assume there's some teams that would be interested. What's up, Nick?
Could this be a situation where he doesn't want to get traded, and maybe he was waiting and putting this off and decides, okay, I'll get it done right around the trade deadline. No one's going to trade for an injured player.
Ooh. Or maybe Bill Belichick decided for him to do it right near the trade deadline, so nobody. Oh man, hey, there's so much that could go into it, AJ. What do you think that is, though? Standard precautionary procedure, one person.
I think it's scope. I think he had some torn cartilage, and he was probably, he's a tough dude. He said, I'll get this cleaned up after the season, and it probably just kept grabbing on him, whatever it was doing, and they said, hey, let's do it. Maybe you missed 2-3 games, who knows, and you come back, and we hopefully make a run.